If you're not listening to Pubcast, the terrorists are winning. That's what Jay Moore says.
Welcome to the Pubcast. Sit down and enjoy a pint.
Okay, welcome back to the Pubcast. This is another very special episode as we dive into Die Hard. Allison, Eric, and Pauly join me on this one as we go into one of my favorite movies. I think the only person who likes this movie more than me would be Pauly. So he had to be on this episode, and Eric is a big fan as well as Allison, so we had fun on this one. We dive into a bunch of the clips and quotes and our favorite scenes, and this one was a lot of fun. Very similar to our Goodfellas podcast, although this episode was a little faster paced, and we even dive into the age-old question of, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And of course it is. If you think it's not, then you are wrong. We of course have a fun section in the Recasturbate section, but this episode marks the second or third or fourth time in a row that I have won the How Much Are They Worth game. So, based on that, I'm declaring myself the all-time greatest player of this game, regardless of any previous performance. Anything that happened before this little run of 3 or 4 episodes, to me, doesn't exist. So, I've wiped the slate clean, and going forward, I am the all-time winningest player at my own game. So there's that too. So sit back, relax, and get ready for Die Hard.
We thank you one and all and wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's Christmas Eve in L.A. But a team of terrorists...
You want money? What kind of terrorists are you?
Who said we were terrorists?
...have their own holiday plans.
And I'm telling you, you're just gonna have to kill me.
Okay. We do it the hard way.
But the one thing they didn't plan on was New York cop John Mclean.
Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake. Who knew? Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
One blood and you'll have it.
They have already killed one hostage.
This channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
Lady, do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Come to Papa, honey.
You really an American?
Only if New Jersey counts.
What does he think he's doing?
Good job.
They're using artillery on us.
You idiot. It's the police. It's him.
He's an easy guy to like.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And a hard man to kill. Bruce Willis. Die Hard.
All right. Die Hard, 1988.
Whew.
The plot, as it is with, I think this is IMDb, sort of the very no-nonsense plot. An NYPD officer tries to save his wife and several others taken hostage by German terrorists during a Christmas party at the Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles. The end.
Wow.
That's all we have.
That's simple.
Turn the podcast off. We're done.
Good job, everyone.
That was 88. So where were you? What did you think when you first saw it? I mean, definitely me and Pauly and Allison were in high school. I saw it in the theater. I think I saw it in the theater. I must have saw it in the theater. I was all over it. I didn't know what to expect going in. I mean, we knew it was a kind of an action hero thing, but it was Bruce Willis, who we didn't know except for Moonlighting, so it was weird.
My mother was a huge Moonlighting fan, and I would watch every now and then, like little clips. And I thought he was funny.
You were a huge David Addison fan. Come on.
That's true.
So did she want to go and see the movie because of...
I don't think so. I can't imagine my mom and myself going to watch Die Hard at the movies. That would be sort of weird.
No way.
Pretty hilarious.
Yeah. So I remember seeing the second one in the theater with my best friend from high school, but I want to say we saw Die Hard maybe on HBO at his house first. Like, I don't think I saw it at the theaters.
This is rated R, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think we rented it.
Yeah.
It was a VHS rental. I think the first time I would have seen it. I know I did not see it in the theater.
Little blockbuster action.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, see, now you're making me second guess.
Because it would have been like the summer after our freshman year, I think.
July 15th, 1988. So I had at least one friend who could drive.
You had one.
At least one friend.
One friend and one robot.
That's right.
One. That's a pod all on its own.
The USOB. July 15th, 1988. Yeah, I'm sure I saw it in the theater. We would.
You were Mr. Theater somehow. I don't think I ever went to the movie.
We went to
like E.T. and like some other like kid movies when I was young.
We went to the movies all the time because that was just what else were we going to do as 15-year-olds or 17-year-olds? That's what it was. That or go bowling. That was about it. Maybe the mall.
Yeah,
I bowled a lot.
Eric, do you remember?
I remember the movie as a kid.
You saw it on TV or VHS somewhere.
Yeah. And way later, much later than I would care to admit. I was 12 when it came out. I think I finally, like, it was not like a movie that there would have been no consensus that I would have been able to get everybody else in the family to agree to watch Die Hard. Between Annie and Jill and Susan, they're not renting Die Hard. There are limited options. I honestly think I might have been. I think it was in my 20s already by the time I saw it for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, so I thought I had this in the fun facts, but anyway, so this was kind of a different kind of a action movie. It wasn't the Schwarzenegger, kill 'em all movies. It had more of a plot, and I was reading. I think it was. Here it is. The screenwriter was Jeb Stewart. Jeb. There's not enough people named Jeb. Jeb Stewart said it wasn't meant to be a big action movie. It was more of a thriller, and that the characters in the film, Mclean, his wife, his friendship with Powell, that's really the main crux of the movie, is that it's these characters and their relationships, and then the action kind of happens around them, but they're not really, it's not an action movie per se. I mean, it is today when you look at it, but at the time there wasn't a lot of those. And we've seen how many dozens of movies have been made that are Die Hard ripoffs, Speed, Die Hard on
Under
a bus,
Siege.
Die Hard on a boat, Die Hard in a plane, Die Hard in a whatever. Right. Skyscraper is the Die Hard in a bigger skyscraper with The Rock, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I liked it. I was all over it from the beginning. Saw it in the theater, and it was great then, and it holds up. We watched it just now, Pauly, like an hour ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
And we watch it pretty much every year around Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
Holds up. So, Rotten Tomatoes scores. Let's go with the critics. What do you think the critics gave it, and what do you think the audience gave it?
I'm going to say critics score 75%.
Okay, critics 75.
That's pretty high, I think.
80. 80 for Eric. Paul?
I don't know if it was a big critic movie. I'm gonna go like 60 maybe.
If I didn't know, I would have guessed low. I would have said in the 60s for sure. Critic score 94.
Really?
Wow.
Oh.
That's insane.
I had seen something that
94%.
Roger Ebert had given it a thumbs down as a.
He's got a record of hitting these kind of movies.
But then he liked the two sequels, and he went back and apparently revised his original review and gave it a thumbs up. Like he didn't
because it was kind of new.
It was kind of new. He didn't like the deputy sheriff guy. He thought that character
Wayne T. Robinson
was complete nonsense and
Dwayne T. Robinson
kind of ruined the movie
Dwayne,
and any momentum and all of that stuff. That he just thought that was just so poorly. That was such a poor part of the movie that it detracted from other stuff.
Come on, Raj. This movie is funnier than you remember it.
Yeah, I would agree.
When you watch it again, you're like, oh yeah, it is like super funny.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's a lot of dialogue to the movie. It's all like almost like catchphrases, or I don't know how to like. I was
one-liners.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Because when I was rewatching it, I'm just writing down every like one-liner or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a million. Like every single scene, there's a one-line.
We just did that Goodfellas podcast. I mean, we just published it. We did it freaking 5 weeks ago, whatever it was. And we were saying that was a super quotable movie, that every line is a quote like that you remember. Die Hard is one of those deals where every single thing someone says is something you repeat to your friends over and over and over.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you think the audience gave it? Critics gave it 94. Audience, I don't know. Every time we say the audience is more generous, and then we end up like we're wrong every time.
I'm going to say 90.
All right.
I'm still going to stick with it. The audience liked it even more. I'll say 98.
Okay. Pauly?
I'm going to go low again. I want to say maybe 85 because they were still trying to fit Bruce Willis into this new action star.
So the critics gave it 94. The audience gave it 94.
Oh my God.
So Eric was closest. But
dang it by one. No, wait, you said 98?
I said 98.
Yeah.
Oh,
is this Price is Right rules?
I said 90.
Yeah. This Price is Right rules.
Price is Right rules.
Yeah.
On the board.
You guys aren't all together, by the way, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in my basement at the bar.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about the screenwriter and how it was a different kind of movie and the story. If you guys did any research, you probably came over some of this stuff. There's tons of fun facts and trivia. I'm going to try not to go over all of it so we can spend more time on the recasting stuff, but throw out your favorite piece of trivia that you have. Go ahead. Do you have one?
You know the biggest thing that hit me when I was just looking into shit that I didn't know?
Yeah.
Is Holly Gennaro, Bonnie Bedelia, is fucking Macaulay Culkin's aunt.
That was my little secret one I was going to throw in there. I didn't know if I could catch that one.
That one like threw me for like a major loop. I don't know why. It was like, what?
Yeah, I know.
She's Macaulay's dad's sister.
Yeah.
I've got two little bits of trivia. I resisted like reading a lot of stuff. So one is that there were 17 different tank tops worn by Bruce Willis in various forms of degradation, of staining and
white,
rips and
gray,
whatever.
Brown, black.
Yeah. And then the other, and now I want to go back and watch this scene again, but apparently in the scene where where John Mclean hangs Carl on the chains, that when John Mclean kind of slumps down on the floor, you can see the actor who plays Carl watching from the wings. Like there's an editing error where you can see him apparently standing in the background.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, now I got to go back and watch it to see if I can see it.
That's funny that you say the tank top color, because I noticed like right at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, why is his tank top sort of like an army green at this point? Like, I think it was like right after he killed Carl's brother when they fell down the stairs. And then all of a sudden it was like a grayish green color. And I'm like, it didn't start white, right?
I think it turned that color once he came out of the air conditioning duct. That's when it was.
When he came out, I particularly noticed it today that it went from white-ish to like brown or army green, like that. Like Not like, spots of it or some dirt here and there. Like the whole thing just changed color completely. It was crazy. All right, I'll throw out a couple of quick hits. A lot of this stuff we already know, but for the listening audience, we'll throw it out. Nakatomi Tower is actually the headquarters, or was the headquarters for 20th Century Fox. There is no Nakatomi Plaza. The Yippee-ki-yay line was improvised by Bruce Willis, who was simply trying to make the crew laugh and never expected it to be in the film. Alan Rickman was generally scared in that fall. When they had him off of the edge at the end, they were going to count 1, 2, 3 and let him go, and they let him go after 1 or 2 or whatever. It dropped him a beat too early, and so his reaction was real, and that's what they used in the film.
Was that intentional?
Yeah.
To get an authentic kind of scared
1, 2, gone.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite ones. The German terrorists, or the German that the terrorists speak in the theatrical version, is mostly just gibberish. They cleaned it up and put actual German for the home video release later on. I think that's probably what we saw, like the real version. I don't remember what the early one, the first one sounded like, but I can imagine just German gibberish or pseudo-German gibberish.
Was that an era of bad guys are German? You know how there's been like different eras of there's, it's Middle Eastern, now it's German, now I guess
so, but it was the middle of the Cold War, or the end of the Cold War. So you would think they'd be Russian or something. I think they were just going for a general Euro trash sort of.
Because Hans was German, but then there was like, was it Marco?
Mm-hmm.
And he clearly wasn't German.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it was just different European, like soldiers of fortune out of Europe.
Yeah.
Then the Asian guy that's in like every movie.
Oh, I love that guy. I don't know what his name is. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He was in there too.
I like that guy. Die Hard was Alan Rickman's first movie. Yep. He got the role after the casting director saw him in the stage version of Dangerous Liaisons. That's a great little first movie.
Yeah.
He's probably the second most popular actor that came out of this movie, right? I mean, Bruce Willis, obviously number 1, but Alan Rickman had a huge career after this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, no one else. I'm just looking down the list of who was in there.
Well, and he was apparently a little nervous about being typecast as a villain, being that his first big movie role was as a villain. Yeah. And it was so well received that was kind of a...
Well, he wasn't too worried about it. I mean, he played some major villains along the way.
Sure.
I mean, Snape in the Harry Potter movies, and
Sheriff of Nottingham,
and Robin Hood. So he didn't. Speaking of Alan Rickman, he barely had any experience firing prop guns, meaning that every time he shot one, he sort of winced every single time. So the directors had to cut almost immediately after he shot a gun so you wouldn't see his face.
It's so funny you say that, because when he realizes that Holly Gennaro is John McClane's wife, when he flips over the photo and he comes racing out of that office, he's shooting in the air and he's like sliding on the ground, and I just thought it was really kind of odd. But then I kind of chalked it up to the fact that he's not really the guy that shoots the gun. He's the brains behind the operation, and he's not the henchman. So I kind of dismissed
it. You can explain it away, but it's because Rickman didn't feel like he wasn't comfortable with guns yet. So
that's an awesome slide shoot, though. If you watch it, it's like a soft shoe shooting. It's insane.
I often confuse that with when he comes out to hold up the walkie-talkie to have McClane hear the people screaming.
Yeah.
I put those together. I think he slides like 2 or 3 times in my mind. Like he's just constantly just sliding and holding things up.
I have another bit of trivia.
I've got a couple of Rickmans still.
Oh, okay. Finish your Rickmans and then.
And this is all sort of half-assed. I don't know if I believe all of this, but since when do we care about being accurate? So apparently his character was going to be wearing, and I guess all the bad guys were going to be wearing sort of tactical terrorism garb or costumes. And Alan Rickman was the one who told the director, "Hey, why don't I just wear a suit and, you know, be more professional and be more, you know, buttoned up, and I can wear a suit. I can blend into the crowd and be a hostage in one scene." And he left that for Joel Silver, who's the producer, I guess, right? Joel Silver said, "Get the hell out of here. We picked the costume. You wear what we say you to wear." And the next day it's like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just wear suits. So great move by Joel Silver.
Right.
John Phillips.
Yeah, exactly. John Phillips.
Which I looked up. I looked up John Phillips. I thought that was a real suit maker, but no, total bullshit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He could have said, I mean, that could have been Armani or whoever.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Phillips, London.
So Arafat didn't get his suits there?
I guess he didn't. Unless it's off the grid.
Folk suit maker.
Let's see. That's Alan Rickman. What else we got?
Well, I had one going back to Pauly. You were making the comment earlier about Bruce Willis really being known for moonlighting and a comedy role, that they were going to originally have him on the movie poster, but then they took him off and put Nakatomi Plaza on it because they were afraid people would think it was going to be mainly a comedy.
Yeah.
So they had to totally like rethink their promotion to avoid people mistaking what the movie was supposed to be. Even though, you know, as we said, there's a lot of funny parts to it.
Yeah.
It was not intended to be a comedy.
No, you couldn't market this guy not known for this kind of movie.
Right.
And I guess it was a really big, even casting it was a big debate and a big gamble.
Yeah.
Because he had made like one other movie before that was a comedy and totally bombed. So then he was going to be in Die Hard, and it was a serious question about, are we making a horrible mistake by putting this guy in the movie?
Well.
But it all worked out.
And it worked out. So the screenwriter, Stewart, after doing Die Hard, he did another 48 Hours, which starred Eddie Murphy.
Right.
And then one of the first things that Eddie told him when they got on set was, I should have been John McClane. I should have been the star of Die Hard. Which that, I don't know.
Pulled it off.
Eddie Murphy in '88, I think, definitely could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
But I think of Eddie in a very different way now. I don't know.
I mean, he was a couple years away from Beverly Hills Cop, so it kind of.
When was? Oh yeah, Beverly Hills Cop was the first one, 84, right?
Yeah,
something like that. The other one that I like on the director side, John McTiernan is one of only 2 directors with films in both the IMDb top 250 and bottom 100. So best movies and worst movies. Die Hard is in the top 250, while the 2002 version of Rollerball is in the bottom 100. The only other director to accomplish this feat is Guy Ritchie. Our man Guy Ritchie is in the top and the bottom.
Wow.
Is the bottom one the one with Madonna when they're on the dessert?
Sure. I got to figure King Arthur's got to be down there as well.
I don't think it's down that far.
No?
No, I think it's the one that Madonna is in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be the one that's in the bottom.
Yeah. He's done
It's got to be.
It's got to be.
That's ridiculous.
He directed Predator the year before.
Yes.
87.
I've got him.
And directed Hunt for Red October 2 years
later.
later.
Yeah, I got him down for Predator, Last Action Hero, Hunt for Red October, and the Thomas Crown Affair being his big ones.
He had a pretty good run there.
Yeah, he had a good run. I was looking at his IMDb. After like 2003, he just disappeared.
Yeah, he's
He's not dead or anything, but
he had some legal issues.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He had a business partner that they had some sort of falling out, and John McTiernan put a legal phone tap on his business partner's phone, and then perjured himself to the FBI when they testified about it. So I want to say he might have even done a little bit of jail time.
Wow.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's what happened to John McTiernan.
The teddy bear that John McClane brings on the airplane and gives his children for Christmas belonged to director John McTiernan and was used again in his 1990 film, The Hunt for Red October. Quality kills in this movie. How many, again, this is half-assed, but how many total kills are in the movie? How many people die in Die Hard?
Does Carl's count twice?
Yes. Well, there's 11 terrorists, right?
12, right?
There are 11 or 12 with Rickman.
Did Theo die? I'm trying to remember how he died.
No, he got punched out by Argyle.
Argyle just punches him out.
Yeah. That's the sequel. Theo escapes and founds Facebook.
Okay, so 11 or in the helicopter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 20.
20. Pauly, what do you think?
That's probably a decent guess.
Civilians, police.
I mean, did anyone die on the roof when the whole roof blew up? Yeah. How many cops drive the freaking RV?
Send in the car.
Yeah, maybe 30.
20, 30. Eric, what do you got?
I'll split the difference, 25. Because, there's all those, the guy at the front desk that gets shot by...
Oh, yeah. Then there's that security guy by the elevator.
Yep.
Takagi.
The FBI guys on the
helicopter.
Yeah, there were
explodes.
I think 4 in there.
So-
and then there was Ellis, of course.
The most important kill.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it is 30. It is closer to 30.
The number I have for kills in the movie is 22.
Oh, wow.
So take that with a grain of salt. Who knows? On-screen kills by John McClane. The number I have is 10.
Did you tally them yourself?
No.
Or is this
This is somebody else.
Oh, all right.
I'm not spending this kind of time on this.
Well, I didn't know if that's what you were
How dare
doing
you.
during
He doesn't tally anything.
I let other people
There's
do
no
the work,
counting.
and then I just regurgitate it out. So I did have a question, though. We did this for Goodfellas as well, Pauly, but what song do you associate most with this movie? Is it Beethoven's Symphony No. 9? Or is it Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis?
Oh, the Ode to Joy.
Ode to Joy, is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Ode to Joy.
Because I don't really consider this a Christmas movie, but I guess
How
it
dare
is,
you.
Oh
right?
my
We have to
God.
talk about that
We
at
have
some
a
point.
podcast divided already.
We're fighting.
I don't know why it doesn't. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
It's the most Christmas movie.
I think it's got to be the Run DMC, because every time I do hear that song, I think of this movie because it's right off the bat.
Vote for that. Eric, what do you vote for?
Ode to Joy.
Ode to Joy. And I think I'm there as well. 3 for Beethoven, 1 for Run DMC.
And I like that Pauly picks the Run DMC, but yet doesn't consider this a Christmas movie.
Yeah. The one that's about Christmas?
Yeah, it's a Christmas song. It's during Christmas.
So, all right, while we're here, this is a Christmas movie. It cannot, this Everything that happens in this movie only happens because it's Christmas. He flies to California because he's going to this Christmas party. They're at the building that is mostly empty because it's Christmas.
He's bringing the bear for Christmas.
Bringing the bear for Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
The catchphrases, or I guess there's stuff he wrote, is Christmassy. There's Christmas decorations all over the place. There's a Christmas song. Everything is Christmas.
I don't see it.
God damn it.
You know, the most iconic sound in the movie to me is...
What?
The glass breaking?
The elevator. The ding of the elevator.
Yeah.
Every time the elevator dings, something like when the elevator dings and it explodes and it blows the Christmas tree over, I laugh every single time on that one. That one like kills me. But anytime I hear that elevator sound, I think Die Hard. It's crazy.
All right, I'm going to put that sound in this just by itself.
Right.
I did not expect that. All right. Okay, I'm going to go through some of the casting issues. This is how people were cast, or who was almost cast. It's really just who was almost cast.
Yeah.
And all of this, I think, is I don't know if any of it is factual whatsoever. I have a bunch of names, and some of it is legit. Some of it I think is garbage. But so here we go, and then we'll get into the recast rate stuff.
First off, I hope you say the full name of this one guy, because it is totally you bullshitting when you normally say someone's name and you add like 4 other names into it. I thought of you right off the bat. So when you go through and it's the character's name, not the actor's name. But I didn't even know his middle name until I saw it somewhere. When I was watching the movie, Alan Rickman says his full name. That might be a clue.
I don't think I have this one.
Yeah.
So all I have here, so for people who were almost cast, are for John McClane, Hans Gruber, and Al Powell, Sergeant Powell. That's all I've got. So we'll get to McClane in a minute because there's a laundry list of people. Other than Reginald VelJohnson, who played Sergeant Powell, the other guy considered was Wesley Snipes, apparently. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's the only name I came up with. I saw it somewhere. The only other name I found for Hans was Sam Neill from Hunt for Red October, a McTiernan guy.
Yep.
I can believe that. When we get to John McClane, it's basically name every big actor in Hollywood age 35 to 45. So,
and one
here we go.
One septuagenarian.
Potential John McClanes include Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford, Burt Reynolds, Don Johnson, Richard Gere, Clint Eastwood, Paul Newman, Mel Gibson. Here's the one that I can't believe anyone even considered it. Al Pacino. Ridiculous. Kurt Russell, Robert De Niro. I don't know about that one either. And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I saw Michael Madsen was also considered.
And Frank Sinatra.
Right.
What?
There's a story behind that.
Oh my God. Tell me about it.
This is awesome.
Die Hard was originally going to be inspired by a book titled Nothing Lasts Forever about a 65-year-old ex-cop.
Okay.
Who came to Los Angeles and goes to visit his daughter. It was a sequel to a 1966 book called The Detective. Frank Sinatra starred in the 68 film adaptation of The Detective and was offered the chance to reprise the role of John McClane in the follow-up, but he refused because he was 1,000 years old.
Right.
They were contractually obligated to offer him the role. Yeah.
Wow. So I saw, I intentionally skipped over it and didn't really look at it. But when you said that you didn't have it, I pulled it up. So for Holly Gennaro, McClane, actresses considered for that role were Linda Hamilton, Gina Davis, Deborah Winger, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jamie Lee Curtis, Carrie Fisher, and Kelly McGillis.
Wow. That's a hell of a list.
Yeah. It's interesting how, I mean, that's a lot of people that to go through the list, and same with the John McClane. Just
a lot of people for a small role too.
Yeah. But for him, the number of people on the list for potentials, whether they actually, I almost called it interviewed, but auditioned for it. Whether that whole list auditioned or not, I don't know. But
some were offered, some were considered.
I mean, it just seems like a big, long list.
It's crazy.
And it's fascinating that Bruce Willis ended up getting it, given his lack of experience as an action.
Some of these guys, they were leaning into the action stuff. And once they figured out that it wasn't an action movie, then no Schwarzenegger, no Stallone, some of these other people fall off of it.
Yeah.
I love the Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous one.
But I only love Burt Reynolds if Dom DeLuise is Al Powell.
Yeah. Now that is a recasting right there.
That's funny.
Holy shit. That's pretty good. I like that one right there. All right. Recast or bait?
All right.
Better close the door. It's time to recast or bait.
We are going to focus mainly on the core four for like this round robin round.
Okay.
John McClane, Hans Gruber, Sergeant Powell, and I'm throwing in Carl because he's the secondary bad guy. Mm-hmm. Then after that, it's sort of a wild card. Let's just throw out names. I can go down the list, but it's not going to be one by one, but it'll be more free flowing because there's so many people we can do. Okay, should we start with John McClane?
Sure.
Yep. I have two, and two only. My number one would be John Krasinski as McClane.
Oh, interesting.
In the Bruce Willis. My number two, I think, is probably equally as strong, but I like Krasinski better, would be Chris Pratt.
I had him on my list.
I mean, I think he comes up a lot for these kinds of roles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Indiana Jones type stuff, that's a Chris Pratt type deal. All right, Al?
So other than Chris Pratt, I had Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And then going in a slightly different direction, I had Donald Glover. Playing kind of the quiet cop, but would have kind of a sense of humor. Like as I was watching it today, I'm kind of listening to some of the dialogue and stuff like that, the banter back and forth with Hans.
I think I like him better than Michael B. Jordan for it, maybe.
Michael B. Jordan's a little bit more serious, I think, but
well, and that's the thing. When they talk about casting Bruce Willis, one of the things that they were saying is we needed to cast a guy with the mouth and the attitude first, and then do the action stuff later.
Right.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, who can do the attitude?
Yeah.
I did have John Krasinski in my list too, but I also had Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
I considered Oscar Isaac, and then I also who's the one I think I picked at the end, John David Washington.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Denzel's boy.
Yeah, he was just in Tenet.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good. Did you see him in the Black Klansman?
I did.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's good.
Pauly, any thoughts on a new John McClane?
New John McClane. How about a Jack Black? You've got the funny. I don't know about the cop side of things.
In the mouth, yeah.
All right.
I would be laughing too hard at him like diving behind desks and stuff like that because it would be so comedic.
He's not
like doing the cartwheel that he does.
He's getting stuck in that air duct for sure.
Yeah. If you go more on the cop side, maybe a John Cena, like a big, bulky dude. That's all I got.
All right.
All right. Hans Gruber, I only thought really of I should have had more options for this one, but I only went with 2. My second place guy is Mark Strong. He was the bad guy in the Robert Downey Jr. British investigator, Sherlock Holmes. Thank you. He was the bad guy in that. He was
Merlin in Kingsman.
Yep.
Oh
yeah. I was thinking the gadget guy from the Kingsman. Yep. He was my second place guy. My first place, I was thinking Paul Bettany.
Oh, interesting. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's very British.
Good. Yeah.
Kind of like Rickman.
Yeah.
After that, I didn't really put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah. I had I had a lot. And so now I'm I'm down to 4, and I'm gonna go from like my least to my best.
Mm-hmm.
Least is Matthew Goody.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Driver.
Oh, that might.
I like Adam Driver. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Henry Cavill.
That's good.
And my favorite is Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Yeah. I too I went through a whole bunch. I have more names for Hans than anybody else, and I thought he was going to be harder to cast, but I found myself finding a whole bunch of names. I thought of Javier Bardem at one point.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a very different movie, but Tilda Swinton.
Yes.
I love Tilda Swinton whenever she comes up in our casting.
She's always a wild card for us. We throw her in for good stuff. Yeah.
My runner-up, Michael Fassbender.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good one.
And then my pick.
There's so many teeth in that smile.
my pick, Christoph Waltz.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, What? How did I not think of that one?
Right.
That's a good one.
Christoph Waltz.
All right.
I think that's a really good one. Paul, you have any thoughts on Hans?
Hans, Booby. Aquafina? No, that's what. No. Who did I have? This one, I'm just looking at a list. Colin Firth, that made me laugh. That wouldn't work either. I don't have anybody that's really that you guys haven't covered already. That would be a good one.
We threw out a lot.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go back to you, Pauly, and give you the option of starting if you have one for Sergeant Al Powell.
Sergeant Al Powell. Tyler Perry, isn't he hot and popular?
Sure, that's a good one. I've got an Al Powell. To me, it's we can stop casting after this guy. It's just one guy, and there's nobody else.
Okay.
I think it's Kenan Thompson. I think Kenan Thompson's Al Powell, and then you shut it down after that.
He was my pick as well.
Oh, interesting.
He'd be good.
My backup for him would be like Anthony Mackie, Falcon from one of the Avengers stuff.
Yeah. He was also on my list.
I had 2 guys. There's a third one that I'm almost too embarrassed to list. One is Winston Duke, who was in Black Panther.
He's good too.
On my list.
And the other, Eric, you stole it for a different character, is John David Washington.
Oh, sure. I feel like he's too young. Like he hasn't lived long enough to have the experiences of Al. You know?
Looking for someone that could have made a mistake. It didn't have to be deep in the career.
Yeah.
3 of my 4 have already been said. Kenan Thompson was my first. I had Anthony Mackie and Winston Duke on my list. And then the 4th one I had thrown in there was John Boyega.
Yeah, I have him somewhere else.
I do too.
Yeah.
So do I.
That's the
Actually,
same spot.
I do.
I bet it's in the same spot.
Well, we're casting 37 characters, so we're going to have some overlap.
I think Keenan definitely takes it there.
Yeah, I think he's an easy one. All right, this is one I'm afraid to hand this over to somebody else, but I will. Carl. Allison, take it away.
There's
There is one answer, but before I get to that, it was a name that was already mentioned, and that was Javier Bardem. I had played a Carl character.
Yeah. Would he have the blonde wig? Like a big blonde.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Of course, Tom Hardy is.
There it is.
Tom Hardy is Carl.
He's out there already.
And then I also had Armie Hammer as Carl.
Just a big blonde Nazi.
Yep.
Yeah, I only had Tom Hardy, and then I stopped typing.
I had Tom Hardy, and then my number I picked Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And you could even have his brother Bill play his brother.
Oh
that gets
God!
killed.
Yeah, I considered that too.
That's good. That's
putting
good.
in all the brothers.
Yeah, put all the Skarsgårds in there.
Just give them whatever part. It's fine. They're interchangeable. It's all right.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Pauly, any thoughts on Carl?
You know who I think is Carl all the time, like for real, but he isn't? Dolph Lundgren. I always think that's Dolph Lundgren, but it's not Dolph Lundgren.
It is.
My recast, I had Dave Bautista.
Ah.
Oh, that's good.
I considered him at one point.
That's a very different Carl, but I like it. All right, we can go to the random round, but just because we all love this character, I'm throwing this in it for our round robin discussion. Ellis.
I got
everyone think of an Ellis. Pauly, think of an Ellis. I have an Ellis. Again, I have only one ping only. My Ellis is Charlie Day.
Oh, I have him somewhere else.
Yeah, I got Charlie in a couple potential places.
I think Charlie Day is the perfect Ellis.
I have one Ellis, and then there was another one that's like a backup. My backup was Owen Wilson.
Oh.
My real Ellis is John Hamm. I could not see anybody else doing that character other than John Hamm.
I like that. I have Mr. Hamm somewhere else.
No.
I've got John Mulaney for Ellis.
That's a good one.
You can do that for sure.
I have Charlie Day. I had Jason Sudeikis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
And then I do potentially have him somewhere else, but I also had Jason Bateman.
Oh, that's good.
I like Bateman there too. Ellis. Okay. Let's do some rapid fire. Unless you have multiples, throw out your best for all of these. How about that?
Okay.
If you need to have multiples, fine, throw them out.
Yeah.
But Holly Gennaro. I had Rachel McAdams.
You love Rachel McAdams.
Apparently, she's my favorite leading actress. She's in everything I put.
Yeah. I had either Kerry Washington or Emma Stone.
Elizabeth Moss or Tessa Thompson.
Elizabeth. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pauly.
Margot Robbie. For no other reason than just Margot Robbie.
Yeah. I had Brie Larson as a third pick.
Yeah. I think Pauly's casting a different movie though.
I know.
Argyle. Mm-hmm. I had O'Shea Jackson.
Oh.
Ice Cube's kid.
Yeah.
That's my Argyle.
I had Charlie Day.
I have Tony Revolari, Zero from
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I like that one. I like that guy.
Or Pete Davidson.
That's a very different Argyle.
Oh, that's so good.
I like that one. I would go Pete Davidson too.
I like that.
Pauly's doubling down on Pete Davidson.
I like that.
Richard Thornburg, who's the news reporter guy. I went Elizabeth Banks for that.
Oh, that's good. I had Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh.
I
You can play two dicks in a row. You can play a fucking Facebook guy and then this guy. Yeah.
I have Sam Rockwell.
Oh, that's good too. That's really good.
He plays good assholes. Mm-hmm. Pauly, any thoughts on that guy?
I had Paul Rudd.
Oh, that's funny. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, we did Ellis. Dwayne T. Robinson. This is the guy from the principal from Breakfast Club. Here's where I had two. My number one's Paul Hamm.
John Hamm.
John Hamm. It could be Paul Hamm.
Paul Hamm, why not?
John Hamm, or Alec Baldwin. I think Hamm could be the comedy foil in that one.
Yeah,
he could do that.
I forgot to put him down.
All right.
I have. This is the other place where I had Jason Bateman.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Or Paul Giamatti.
I'm a sucker for Giamatti. He should be in almost every movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Pauly?
What do I got? I think Kevin Hart would be funny, but he wouldn't fit the character at all. I don't have anybody.
Yeah. I didn't have this guy down until we were watching the movie, and I put this character in because I thought of a name. Takagi. I don't know why we even care who plays this role, but I put in Ken Watanabe.
That's what I had too. There's only one person that's playing that currently.
Yeah. It'd be in the other movie where Tilda Swinton is Hans. I would have. I had Ken Watanabe, but then the other name that I had was Michelle Yao.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
She's from Crouching Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything else. All right.
Pauly, did you have anybody?
Any major thoughts on Takagi?
I can't go back to Aquafina because that's my go-to. No, but that is the name. Do you know his full name? That I thought of you.
No.
Joseph Yoshinobu Takagi.
Joseph Yoshinobu Takagi.
The Yoshinobu really that's a Brendan-ism right there.
That's a good one, Yoshinobu. Good Lord. Okay, Theo. Theo, is it time for miracles? I had John Boyega as Theo.
I have Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Ezra Miller.
Whoa.
Ezra.
Oh yeah. Okay. The Flash.
The Flash. Yeah.
Yeah. I got him.
I have. This is where I put Donald Glover.
Oh yeah.
And then my other one is Kumail Nanjiani.
I don't know.
I like that.
I don't.
Kumail. Is it comedic actor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pauly, any thoughts on Theo?
Mashallah Ali. Is that his name? The guy that's like super serious.
The most serious guy in Hollywood?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Sweet.
How do you say his first name? Mahershala?
Yep.
Well, okay.
I love it. Okay, then we have Agent Johnson and Special Agent Johnson, no relation. I had names for these guys, and then I crossed them out, and I don't have names for them anymore. I have no characters.
I have one name for each of them.
I could almost throw anybody in there, and I think it'd be okay. But
I've got Jason Statham and John Boyega.
Wow. Okay.
I saw in the credits for them, I think one is called Big Johnson, and the other one's like, isn't it?
One's Little Johnson and one's Big Johnson.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I have Josh Brolin and John Boyega.
Oh.
Okay.
Josh Brolin. That is good. That's good. That's a good age gap too.
I almost had Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, the guys from the Winter Soldier thing that's coming out soon, because they're kind of funny together and they will be good. Yeah. But then I crossed them out because no one cares. I don't care. So I have nothing. But Robert Davi as Big Johnson, that guy's awesome. That guy's a who's who of character actors.
Right.
He's in everything. He's recognizable with that pockmarked face. Mm-hmm. Trained opera singer.
Really?
Mom was from Italy. Dad was American, but he speaks fluent Italian. He's always Italian in everything he does, and he's always singing. He sings in every goddamn movie he's in.
But the guy from Goonies?
Yeah. He was a bad guy in one of the James Bond movies. He was in this. He's all over the place. All right. Memorable scenes and quotable lines. So we're just going to play the entire movie and then we're done.
Zero lines.
We'll start with the most obvious. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. That's a good one. Pauly?
I like Geronimo, motherfucker, when he throws the C4 down the elevator shaft.
Yeah. Welcome to the party, pal. That's a good one.
My favorite is Theo. And the quarterback is toast.
The quarterback is toast. I think a fan favorite of this group is Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight.
It's a classic.
But I can give him the...
It's a Rolex.
Shoot the glass.
Shoot the glass. So let's say it in German.
Fenster.
Yeah. I looked it up.
I looked it up and it's not even, it's sort of that, but not really.
It's a window.
Yeah, Fenster is window.
Scheiß auf die Fenster. Shoot the window. So close enough, right? I'm Agent Johnson. This is Special Agent Johnson. No relation. Fantastic. Fist with the toes or fist with your toes?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was great to, I mean, who had the, maybe it was just the writer obviously had the foresight to think, how do I get this guy's shoes off for the entire movie? Because we need to play in the glass later. So tying that into the beginning of it was pretty key.
And it's really good. Glass, who gives a shit about glass? That's a good one.
Yeah, I see him as we nonstop with that.
Yeah, I see him. We're going to need some more FBI guys, I guess. That's a good one. Quarterback is toast, we talked about. Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs. That was in the trailer.
One of my, I mean, you know Ellis is my favorite, but one of my favorite Ellis scenes is when they're trying to find Takagi at the beginning and he's like giving his whole background of, went to Stanford, blah, 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 blah. And Hans goes over to Ellis and he's like in his face and he's like, talks, throws some fact out about Takagi and Ellis is just shaking his head like crazy. Like, no, I'm not Takagi. And I'm like, dude, no one thinks you're fucking Japanese. You're insane.
You're the whitest coked up guy in the room. And we're looking for Takagi, not.
And that's another funny Ellis thing when Ellis goes into the office and he gets killed. They bring him a can of Coke without even really saying the first part of the joke. They just show you the second part. Clearly, he asked them if they had any Coke, right? Because he's been doing cocaine all day. And instead of bringing him cocaine, they bring him a can of Coke.
They never show you the setup, only the punchline.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so good. Then the last one I think is, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to fucking cook you, and I'm going to fucking eat you.
I remember Mom gasping when she heard that line first time.
Clutching her pearls.
Cannibalism.
Ellis's line from that part when he's on the phone with John, when he goes, "What am I, a method actor, Hans? Babe, put away the gun. This is radio, not TV."
That's good.
I love he calls him Babe.
Yeah.
I also like Al Powell. Why don't you smell what you're shoveling?
Pauly, tell us, because he's got one quote that we quote. Tell us who your favorite guy in the movie. I know who it is.
Yeah.
Quote. So now you can reveal it.
Outside of Ellis, the best guy that we love is Shut Down Grid 212. Shut it down now. That guy is amazing.
Yeah. That's where I would put Charlie Day.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Shut it down.
So the other guy I thought you were going to say, Pauly, is the Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis, yeah. Huey Lewis is my third favorite.
I got $50 on this game.
Something's wrong. They're coming back down.
No one can tell me that's not Huey Lewis.
It's Huey Lewis.
It is very Huey Lewis.
All right. Would this movie work today? And the answer is yes, because it's remade every single year, every other year.
Send in the car.
Like I keep thinking, like, is there some? What would be the they'd have to do something with cell phone, like jamming cell phone signals. That's like the only thing that they would have to figure out, because every person in that room would have a cell phone.
I joked about it earlier, but Skyscraper with The Rock, that's basically this movie. I mean, terrorists, big skyscraper, one guy against the world type of thing. That's the movie.
Well, you would think, I guess, the terrorists, the first thing they would do is collect everybody's cell phone.
Yeah.
But even so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some part of the technology they're stealing is like, it cancels out all cell service in the building, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. Cell phones are a problem in everything you do today.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Carl's little brother, first thing he does in the movie is take out all the phones in the building.
Yeah.
So that might translate, I guess.
I found that weird. Like the more I thought about him chainsawing
the phones.
But wasn't the guy doing that already anyway before all of that was getting cut? Wasn't that what he was doing? Or
I think he was
tapping into the phones,
making sure that whatever alarms are in there don't go off when they cut it. That's what I gathered.
Or somehow would have alerted the phone company that the lines were down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What would you want to see in a sequel? Well, there's been
4 others.
5 sequels. I don't want any more sequels. I don't want to see anything else.
And a horrible car battery commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you just see the rise of Hans Gruber.
Right. I want to see a prequel, if anything. Otherwise, leave it alone. Yeah. What do you think, Pauly?
Yeah, I like the whole. I would like to see almost like an Ocean's 11, seeing how the whole bad guy crew was formed, like where Hans found all these guys to get them together. I think that would be pretty good.
I want to see where he got the little samurai guy.
They had to go to like Mongolia to like pull him out of something.
And
he just keeps eating candy.
And of course, it would be Hans and Simon would be, and then Simon would go separate ways at the end. But then,
I think there's the Rise of Hans Gruber prequel. That'd be a good one. Okay, we can get into the how much are they worth game. I put in a couple. I had some names in there and wasn't sure if they would be on the website, and I looked and they weren't, so I had to cut them out. So Carl Alexander Godunov, I put him in and he's not listed there. So
he's been dead for 15 years at least.
But I thought he would be fun to have on there. And then Paul Gleason, Sergeant Dwayne T. Robinson, was not in there either.
But he's dead too, isn't he?
I think of the top 10 people you'd put in there, like 5 or 6 are dead already.
Yeah.
So
the movie's cursed.
Or it's just so old.
Speaking of, just as a little bit of trivia, I think there are 4 actors in this movie that are also in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That
Really?
there's just a lot of overlap in casting.
Yeah.
That's all.
I had two quick trivia questions.
Yeah, dive in.
Does anybody know the maid's name from Holly's house that's over at taking care of the kids?
I did until you just said it.
I'll give you a clue. My name is in it.
No.
Paulina, yeah.
Wow.
It's from the beginning when she calls the kids to see how they're doing.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like Rosita or Rosalita.
My second one is, what rapper took a clip of Die Hard and put it into one of his songs? And it's the "See If You Can Get a Black and White to Do a Drive-By." You hear that in his song.
I don't know, but I'm gonna say Snoop Dogg.
Close, but no. It's Ice Cube.
All right. The 5 people I have for our How Much Are They Worth game.
And now, let's play the How Much Are They Worth game.
Are William Atherton, the reporter guy, Reginald VelJohnson, Al Pal, the director, John McTiernan, Alan Rickman, and Bruce Willis.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with William Atherton, a.k.a. the bad guy in Ghostbusters.
Thornburg would be his name. And
yeah.
Can't believe you don't hear from him anymore.
I know. There's a lot of these guys. I'm surprised they're not acting.
All right, I got a number. I have become very bad at this game.
Please. I'm in the Hall of Fame for being bad at this game.
I really have helped lift you up in the rankings.
Last one, yes. Yeah, for sure. Number for this guy. We know he's been in those 2 movies. This, Ghostbusters.
Real Genius.
Oh
Biodome.
my God.
Yeah,
he always plays sort of a official.
Saying he was in Lost, the TV series. That's crazy. Principal Donald Reynolds. Okay.
All right. I'm going to I have a number.
I have a number.
I have one.
Pauly, what's your number?
I'm thinking like 1.5 million.
Okay.
Okay. 1.5 for Pauly. I got 5 million.
That's what I had.
I think I overshot it though.
I have the same.
Oh wait, he was in Die Hard too, so maybe he did cash out on that one.
And Eric, you had what?
4.
William Atherton. Oh, somebody hit it right on the head, which means 2 points instead of 1. Has a net worth of $5 million.
Whee!
What?
So we both get 5 points?
Yep.
Or 2 points?
Yep.
Yay.
So
I got
really?
Finally have
times
gotten
2.
out of the 0 category. I think the last 3 podcasts I had 0.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I can hold my head up again.
So is he really worth $5 million? Who the hell knows? We're just going by this website, so that's what they say, and that's what we're going to go with, and whatever. So $5 million. Good. Next is Reginald. I call him Reggie VelJohnson, not Johnson, VelJohnson.
He's got all that Family Matters money.
Yeah.
I know.
Urkel.
Did I do that?
Allison, you love Urkel, don't you?
No, I hate that show. That kid was so annoying, but I literally just saw something. I think we were rewatching Saturday Night Live, episodes, and somebody did an impression of
Yeah, it was
Steve Urkel.
the screen tests for Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Michael Redd
Yeah.
was doing
Yeah.
or Chris Redd. Michael Redd was the basketball player.
Yeah.
Okay, Reggie VelJohnson. What was his show? Family Matters?
Family Matters.
That is high on the list of most popular shows that I haven't seen. Haven't seen a minute of. Family Matters.
I think if it worked for Urkel, I would have watched it. But the idea of that character annoyed me so much I couldn't do it.
You know,
It's too over the top for me.
I've got a number for this guy.
I got one.
I have one, but I think it might be high. But
I think we're going to be surprised with this one.
I know. I think
this guy works. All right, I got one.
Throw it out.
I'm going 25.
Shit. I've got 10.
I've got 15.
I also have 15.
Oh my God, we are clustered.
I have a feeling it's going to be closer to the 25, though.
Ooh. Reginald VelJohnson is an American actor who has a net worth of $5 million.
Oh my God. What?
Too bad.
O'Neill wins.
Nobody was watching Family Matters for him.
Guess not.
Wow. That's
He began his professional on-air or on-camera career in the 80s.
Has he been married
Blah,
multiple
blah,
times?
Yeah, there's some.
I always ask that question when somebody is way lower than I would think.
I'm not.
Is he bad with his money?
I could get in there, but all right. John McTiernan. Okay. Now,
I don't know enough about.
I wrote down a couple things.
Okay.
Just for perspective here. McTiernan, he did a bunch of stuff, but the things we know him for are Die Hard, Predator, Last Action Hero, Hunt for Red October, and the Thomas Crown Affair. Those were his big ones.
Those are big.
But it's key to know he is currently on his fourth marriage.
Do they take into account that?
I don't
know.
I think you have to, but
All right, I've got a number.
we've overlooked it in the past and gotten burned, but we figured it into our numbers before and we've gotten burned. So I don't, you don't really have
It's not an exact science.
His troubles with the law couldn't have helped either.
And Eric's description of his law situation.
I've made a slate.
And I'm not aware that he has worked as a director since 2003. He may have, but it wasn't on my quick glance at his IMDb page. I'm going to go with, I have a number.
I have a number too.
Eric, let's start with you this time.
I'll say 10.
Eric goes 10. I will go 5. That seems to be the number of the day.
I've got 20, and that's probably like the equivalent of me giving Scorsese's box office gross as opposed to his net worth.
No.
Only 600 million off, but who's counting? Could be the best overreach in pod history.
That's the record for being the most wrong.
Yeah.
It was so wrong. It was.
I bet I could say 500 million and I would still be under Allison's number. That's how off it was.
Oh, terrible.
All right, Pauly.
I'm going to go 12.
12. I said 5 because 5 seems to be
the number.
Yeah,
so far
5 has been nonstop.
John McTiernan has a net worth of $5 million.
Shut up!
Oh my God.
I totally guessed on that. I had not seen this.
Wow.
So our first 3 answers are all 5.
And did you win all 3 so far?
Yep.
Wow. Rigged.
I'm on a roll.
Rigged.
I feel like this is a rigged game.
Recount.
I want a recount. Yeah.
Alan. I fall off tall buildings, Rickman. Yeah. Don't typecast me as bad guys, even though my entire career is based on being bad guys.
All right, I got a number.
I'm sorry, which one?
Alan Rickman.
Oh, the estate of Alan Rickman.
What, do you have cancer? Am I remembering that right?
So.
Cancer. Lots of stage stuff, theater stuff.
Pancreatic cancer.
The worst.
Yeah.
Big time movie stuff.
He's got all that Potter money.
He's got Potter money. He's got, as we mentioned before, the Prince of Thieves money.
He definitely has
the Nottingham money.
Yeah, Love Actually.
Boy in the Bubble.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh, Galaxy Quest is a great
Dogma.
movie. Oh, Dogma.
I've got a
Pretty
number.
much every movie he touched was gold.
Yeah.
Al, what's your number for
I had 70.
Alan? 70.
Wow.
For the love of Pete.
Pauly, don't say that.
Pauly, what's your number?
I'm gonna go 25.
Eric?
60.
I had 40.
Oh, you guys are up there.
70, 60, 40, 25.
I just got pissed at you saying 70, just recounting everything. I'm like, what? 70? No way.
Alan Rickman was an English actor who had a net worth of $16 million.
Really?
Yes.
Pauly wins.
Thank you very much.
How did he get through all of those Harry Potter movies and
You have
not
to convert it to euros, and it's 16 million.
Euro, yeah.
Well, it goes to pounds first. And
Well,
then,
yeah, you have to pay the.
Well, there was Brexit.
Yeah, it's the exchange rate. You've got to pay the check cashing place for their services.
Oh my god!
You know.
How did he get through all of those Harry Potter movies? I would have thought he would have made a lot more.
Well, what
money
if
than that.
his cancer ate into a lot of it? I don't know.
You know, cancer eats money.
Did he have?
Yeah, I don't know. I know not one thing about his personal life, so I can't even tell you.
Only had one. According to IMDb, he was only married once, and they were together until his death.
Again, it's
I think I'm confusing my adoration for people with their monetary net worth.
Well, he did a lot of high profile things where he was a big part of it, and you would think he would have been paid better. I don't know. Bruce Willis. Mr. John Willis Mclean.
Bruce Yoshinobu.
Bruce Ellis Willis McLean.
87 diehards.
7 diehards.
A divorce with Demi Moore. He had to deal with Ashton Kutcher for a while.
You're supporting that guy.
Pulp Fiction, Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Armageddon.
Hudson Hawk.
Hudson Hawk.
I forgot about a Hudson Hawk. 12 Monkeys. That was a good one.
And Red 2. Sin City.
Never saw a Red.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the first one, but I saw the second one.
Well done.
And I liked it more than I thought I would. He's got all that look who's talking to me.
The voice of Mikey.
And Rugrats Gone Wild. Saw that.
Okay.
The Beavis and Butthead movie.
So before we get to Bruce Willis, he won't qualify, but so far Our highest person has been Alan Rickman with $16 million. You think Bruce is going to break it?
I would definitely think so.
This was on track to be our lowest net worth game.
Yeah.
You better guess 5 again.
5 billion. All right, I'll go first. I said 115.
All right. I've got 200.
Oof.
Pauly.
Eric.
150.
Pauly.
I'm going to go 100 even.
Oh, you prices righted me out of that.
As in dollars.
Nailed it. Okay. Bruce Willis is an American actor, producer, and this is the funny part. American actor, producer, and this website has in parentheses, musician.
Bruno.
Quotes. Yeah. Pseudo musician who has a net worth of
bartender.
250 million.
Whoa.
This is the first time I got shut out.
Wow.
Yeah. Finally.
So I got 4, Pauly got 1, Allison got 3, Eric got goose egg.
0.
Whoa.
It's the first time I've ever been shut out.
Yeah, finally. New person in the basement.
O'Doyle rules. I have won definitely the last 2 in a row, maybe the last 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Don't look it up because I prefer just to make it up. But
Making up your own stats.
yeah. I'm the best player of this game ever. So
Ooh.
there you go.
All right.
And all the stats will back me up. All right, well, that's good. Any final thoughts on Die Hard, the greatest Christmas movie ever, Pauly?
It's a Rolex.
Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight. Is this a Bruce Willis movie or is this an Ellis movie?
Ellis. Ellis, of course, no question.
Ellis, then Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I would like to see Bruce Willis switching places with Ellis for the entire movie. Ellis is just running around killing people.
We need, like the face swapping.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Ellis's paranoias doing coke in the air ducts of the Nakatomi Towers.
It just gets lost in the air duct.
He tries to, dice up and then snort the C4.
Right.
All right. Well, Pauly, thanks. That's
Thank you, guys.
Holiday feature for us, and we'll do something good soon.
All right.
All right.
Later,
Go
Die
fuck
Hard.
yourself. See ya.